Duckfoot Brewery, how you doing? All right, hell yeah. Happy to be here. It's my second time here. This is great. I see the exact same faces. I think you've all been drunk since last year. This is good. Who's drinking and driving tonight, huh? All right. That's what I like to hear. That's my people right there. That's good. That's good. The children are cheering. I'm not sure why. This is good. Oh, man. I did meet Alex that way. I sold him his jeans. I had to steal them from a high school softball player, but that's okay. This is fun to be here. No, I did just move up to Oceanside, California. Some of you, and you've been up there, Oceanside? Okay, some of you have cars. This is good. This is good. I live up there now, and for some reason when people see pit bulls, they think bad, right? Like pit bulls get a lot of bad rap. I see pit bulls, I love pit bulls. I see pit bulls, I see stable rent economy. You know, that's what I see when I see pit bulls in a neighborhood, man. I love pit bulls, they keep everything down, you know. That's not a scary dog to me. Scary dog for me, a golden doodle. That's a scary dog right there. You gotta understand, you start seeing golden doodles in your neighborhood, your rent's going up, dude, okay? It's golden doodles, Teslas, you moving out. That's a progression of gentrification. These dogs are out of hand, dude. They're out of hand. You go into your neighborhood with golden doodles, you don't even have pizza shops anymore. It's just flatbreads now, everywhere. That's all it is. You guys like, I'm sure some of you like mayonnaise, right? Get used to aioli when golden doodles are in your neighborhood. That's it. That's it from now on. There's 40 types of golden or doodle dogs. You have 40 types of them. They use the same poodle to fuck every dog, too. It's like the craziest thing. He's got a little white flag that comes out now. That dog's done. They've retired his jersey. They hang the jersey in the rafters now for that poodle, dude. You gotta understand, the golden doodles, for whatever reason, people buy these dogs and they all automatically think they need to name this dog a more human name than their child, you know? They're autistic golden retrievers. They're sweet dogs. You gotta understand, there's not a lot of eye contact, you know, but just... I was in a dog park in Encinitas, and the lady's like, Sparrow, Douglas, get over here. And Sparrow's the kid, and I'm like... Douglas was a golden doodle, you know? And so... Encinitas is a weird town, man. There's some weird towns in San Diego. That's a weird town, right there. It's the kind of town where, like, the straw is paper, the whole cup is plastic. That pretty much describes the entire town of Encinitas for you, you know? I'm a grumpy guy. I look kind of, I know I act happy up here. I'm a grumpy guy. I'm a very grumpy guy. I'm only 34. I act like an 85-year-old war veteran, okay? That's the kind of angst I'm carrying around on a daily basis for no reason whatsoever, you know? I got pissed off the way someone's grass was the other day. I don't even know if that's because I'm 34 or because I'm Mexican. I have no idea. That gives me anxiety. Now I'm twisted up, you know, it's not fair. That's not a fair thing. And I've been doing a lot of dating, and that's really just a nice way of saying I've been disappointing a lot of women lately, okay? And it's not the way you might think it is, it's not, I promise. It's more so that they think they're getting this Latino man. They think they're getting a sexy man. You know, my last name is Alvarez. That sounds strong, you know, Alvarez, you know? But then my first name is Philip. You know, it's like... Then they find out I'm Indian. And then I understand though, it's like getting a souvenir from Mexico and then it says made in India on the bottom, you know? It's just... That's messed up. That's messed up, man. I don't blame them for being mad, you know? But I'm picky now too, I do. I have higher standards, you know, no more midgets. I matched with one on Bumble one time. I did. And that was the day I said, all right, it's time to raise my standards a little bit, you know? It's time to get my head in the game, you know? But I have new red flags, and one of my red flags, it happens, it's weird how the situations will give you a red flag, right? I had a great first date with this woman. We ended up back at her place, and then she asked me if I'll eat her ass on the first date. That's not the red flag. Don't look at me like that. I did it. I'm a gentleman, okay? Don't judge me like that, please. No, I asked her, will you put on some music, please? And she reaches over, she grabs her phone, and she puts on Pandora. That's the red flag. That's a woman with no life plan. You don't even care what song is coming on next. Are you kidding me? You don't have a 5-year plan, you know? And that's a big red flag for me, man. This is another one is you know, I'm not a really jealous guy. But I really will not date a woman who has guy friends that have beat cancer. Okay? And just I think a guy that can beat like Hodgkin's lymphoma can definitely beat the friend zone. You know, that's not a threat I'm trying to have looming in the wings of my relationship here. It's not. You just imagine for a second. It's just a guy comes up to me and goes, "Hey, I want you to think about when I was in the darkest days of my cancer. Thinking about being with you is what got me through." I'd fuck that guy, you know? Like, they write movies about that shit, man. They write fake romance movies that women believe about that kind of shit, you know? Like The Notebook. Women see that movie, they go, "Oh, look at this movie of this man's undying love. He wrote her a letter every day," you know? I see that movie and I say, "This guy wrote her a letter every day with no response." Weirdo, you know? Like, if I was her mom, I'd be hiding the letters too. Nowadays, we call that getting ghosted, okay? That's getting ghosted nowadays. And then in the end of the movie, what does she do? Gets Alzheimer's, ghosts him again. He cannot catch a hint, this guy, you know? You'd be hiding the letters too, you know? It's just, that's a fake romance movie, man. I don't like that kind of stuff. And, you know, my biggest red flag though is that as I'm in my 30s now, so I'm a little more financially cautious, and I'm more financially savvy with how I'm dating and how I'm spending my money. So I will not date a woman that is named after a city I can't afford to visit, you know? So it's like no Londons, no Parises, no Sydneys, no Adelaides. There's a lot of cool names in here, you know? But with my finances right now, I'd probably settle for, I don't know, a woman named Bakersfield. You know, I'd settle for a nice lady named Ramona right about now. If you had to describe my finances, it'd be like, this guy's an instant transfer guy on Venmo. You know, that's where, I don't know who has the 48 hours. That's a big flex in my world, dude. That's a huge flex right there, you know? A friend showed me he had like $280 standing balance in his Venmo one time. I was like, dude, sick, you know? Way to go, when you buying a house, dude, you know? When's the kid? The thing is, I'm a millennial. I grew up in the J.G. Wentworth era, you know? So it's my money, I want it now. That's kind of how I feel. If you have a structured settlement and you need cash now, call J.G. Wentworth. Thank you. Give yourselves a round of applause there, you guys. That was great. You guys remembered that still. I want you all to remember a month ago, none of you still know how to do your taxes, but you remember that from 2003. That's great. Congratulations, everyone. Life skills, right? Life skills. I'm a bad Latino, you guys, I'll admit it. I'm not a great Mexican guy, you know? I barely speak Spanish. I don't really like spicy foods. I thought the George Lopez show was hilarious, you know? So, I'm working on it, all right? I'm working on it. There's this, I tried to be a better Mexican once by becoming a valet. Worked pretty good for a little bit, but I had weird experiences in the valet stand. Like a guy came up to me drunk one time and he hands me a tip and he goes, you should hold on to this tip because this tip can buy you a blowjob one day. Well, I looked down and the tip is $8, you guys, okay? I don't know where you guys live, or I don't know, but I'm not really curious what kind of blowjob $8 is going to get you in this economy these days, you know? I look at the guy, he's like 70 and it hit me, I'm like, oh shit, inflation, right? Probably pretty good BJ when he was my age, you know? Houses were $3,000, blowjobs are $8, it adds up, you know, in my brain, I think. I mean, I got curious as one man does, right? So I'm like, I'm gonna find this $8 blowjob. I looked high and low, and I'm pretty happy to report to you folks, today, here and now, that for $8, that old man wasn't bad, you know? So, you guys have been a very great time. Keep it going for